Yo, what's up? My name's Treasure Pat, and welcome to episode 18 of Dungeon Defenders in the year 2023, where our main goals are reaching level 100 and doing tons of post-game content and just really experiencing everything that this game has to offer, which is a shocking amount of content. Now, last episode was as exciting as it was heartbreaking. I had lost after an hour plus long journey on Mr. Forest, which was a very nostalgic journey for me. I lost on it a lot growing up, and I'm still losing on it as a 25-year-old. Kind of a shame, but I guess it just means we need to work harder. We need to earn it, and we need to grind today, and maybe do something where I can't lose very easily to help my YouTuber ego. Maybe. We'll see. I'm probably going to end up doing Magus quarters on insane difficulty and just carrying on my insane difficulty storyline run. I've already completed everything on medium, but it's fun to go back and do it on insane. So let's jump down the hatch and jump into this level. Something I didn't actually know, you can just go ahead and press G the same way you would start a round on a map and just load up the sort of level selector while in any part of the tavern. I actually didn't know that. That's a really cool little tip, so I can do little things up here and then jump into it. That's cool. Let's go ahead and jump into insane difficulty Magus quarters. This is actually my favorite map in the entire game, hilariously. It's the map that I've spent the most time on, playing a ton of survival. I got a really good comment recently giving me some really good advice. I didn't know that there was a 30% boost. I knew there was a boost for not getting damaged, and I believe the crystal not getting damaged either, but your hero not getting damaged, and no tower damage. That's what the other one is. There's a 30%, I think, XP boost. I forget if it's XP or mana. 30% boost at the end of each wave if you complete either of those, and that's huge. 30% is a pretty insane buff. But I'll try to go for that. He also talked about not doing survival, and I love survival too much. I'll definitely be doing. I appreciate feedback and I appreciate suggestions, and I have a lot to learn. I'm not going to be playing this game to peak efficiency, but I'm not going to be playing it inefficiently either, at least to a huge degree. I think with most games, I always say this with MMOs, especially on my main channel, finding a middle ground between efficiency and inefficiency is really the best way to have fun. And we are on insane difficulty. I only have 45 seconds to set up towers. What am I doing? Wait a minute. Let me wait a minute. Whoa. What are you thinking? Let me set up this bowling ball. Oh, geez, Louise. This bowling ball, and we will we'll get cooking, per se. So let's not make too many mistakes this early. Thankfully, we didn't actually have that much mana to even worry about. Let's go ahead and jump in. Having to deal with this, I will say, am I going to be able to deal with insane mobs all by myself? I think I can. I'm not that weak. I know my hero damage isn't immaculate, but yeah, there we go. We're okay. We're not an absolute pipsqueak. At the very least, we can go ahead and set up a bowling ball turret. This should be a pretty safe level. I can already set up a second bowling ball turret and the same wave still. That's kind of cool. And then I'll go ahead and set up a a bouncer blockade. The bread and butter, some might say, for the squire, right about there. I usually put it in the middle of the staircase to still give enough range between it in the cannonball and like it so they have to walk up to it, but as well as try to avoid the ogre being able to bash its club here and do damage to both of the towers. That's kind of my thought process with the bouncer blockade placement, but I could see a better one, honestly. Suggestions on tower placement might honestly be some of the best feedback I could get. However, it's kind of a hard thing to explain with text in YouTube comments. We'll put a bouncer blockade here as well. Similar ideology. And then the same thing on the east wing. We'll call this the east wing due to its map location on the physical map itself. We got east, south, east, south, and west. We'll go ahead and set up a second bowling ball turret here, as well as, kind of spoiler alerted there, we'll try to set up some harpoons. I don't think wyverns are coming yet. We have 14 seconds. I am not watching that timer. I am not respecting the time constraints that insane difficulty puts on us. I'm kind of casually strolling my way through this, but it's good for saving time IRL, to be totally honest. We have all that set up. We can go ahead and set up a bowling ball turret over here as well and jump into the combat phase. I don't see any issues happening. Should be a pretty easy level. This might end up being a much quicker video in comparison to the last one. I usually try to do, you may have noticed with my format, I upload a Dungeon Defenders video every other day, as well as I usually try to do a map and a half, kind of like 2 maps per episode. I usually do like one big goal map that I've kind of been working towards, and then one fun little challenge map map or one little meme map, maybe replaying something like Deeper Well on insane difficulty just for XP or something. Stuff like that is usually what I try to aim for. One serious map goal and then a sort of side one afterwards. Sometimes it does just end up being one map per episode, which is a little longer, long-winded compared to what I would like, but we can always work on that in the future. That wave complete with absolutely no issues at all. The sound aesthetics of this game are as beautiful as always, those. Sound design, easily one of the most underrated just mechanisms of a game in general. When you think back to like what game streams so much nostalgia and like beauty to you, you think of games like Spyro, you think of things like Crash Bandicoot, which are incredible games, but also have, you know, extremely incredible sound design. A lot of those platformers, the ones that stuck out, were the ones that had that incredible sound design and incredible soundtracks as well. But feeling satisfied by things like picking up mana in Dungeon Defenders, feeling satisfied by landing a jump, doing a jump, hacking at and slashing at an enemy, taking damage, etc., is all super important to the feel of a game. I think this is something that I've noticed recently, and I've been playing a lot of games without sound recently, and it's starting to affect my enjoyment of them. Playing games without sound really inhibits a lot of the enjoyment from them, especially the older and retro ones, which way more relied on that sound design to sort of have fun. And there's the timer. I keep forgetting about it, but luckily enough, it's not really mattering, so a little spoiled here. Shouldn't really be a big deal. We'll go ahead and do upgrades on everything possible until the wave actually begins, and we still have a fair bit of defense units left, but I don't even know if I'll need them. I might as well and go ahead and throw up some extra harpoon turrets over here. This will help take care of the minions over here, as well as any wyverns that'll come from this location. As you can see, I do need 2 harpoon shots to kill the wyverns. That's wildly important information. Good to be aware of. I'll do the same thing over here. Those wyverns are around 4k HP or so, and I think my turrets only do around 2k or so damage. We'll double check the numbers when possible. Another wave complete with no problems. Should be pretty easy peasy. We can still build these little winged harpoon turrets. Winged is just being like kind of clipping this section as well as the wyvern. Into combat wave 5 we go. I don't see any issues arising, but I could be wrong. We'll go ahead and set up our very last tower. That'll put us to 90 defense unit. And I'm sure you may have noticed if you watch this series, but I wanted to mention something really quick. You'll often see me include these clips with no commentary over them, where it is just me. Usually collecting chests is the big one that I sort of kind of include or look out for. I think it's really kind of my nod and my way to artistically include some of that sound design, some of that classic sound design where you're just listening. You're just listening to the game, and I think it really is grounding. I don't think many YouTube videos or many pieces of video game media really include that thing nowadays, or that sort of content nowadays, unless you're watching a commentary-less video game playthrough. I don't think you often hear a YouTuber or a commentator just kind of pause and let the viewers listen and get sucked into the game itself, which I assume it's because they worry about retention or just lack of interest. It can be a little more boring, which I understand. And it may even be for me. I think if I wasn't recording these videos, maybe I wouldn't listen as much, but I don't know. I think there's something about listening to it with you guys that it's kind of cool to me. Cringy, nerdy, I know. Leave the comments. Go ahead. I don't mind. I'm going to upgrade my towers in peace. There we go. Another wave complete. We're going to the final wave here? Wow. We are. That's awesome. Well, thankfully, pausing the game with the escape button still pauses the timer because my OBS, my Streamlabs, my recorder just crashed as I was cleaning up that wave and everything. So, whew, thankfully, I didn't miss the final wave. That could have been pretty unfortunate. It would have been really, really disappointing for, I'm sure, myself and you guys included. Let's pick up the rest of this chest, the rest of these mana. We'll prepare this wave. We'll grab this chest. Why not? We'll get into the center, and we'll take care of this last wave. Easy peasy, no problems. Always ominous when there's no minions on the map. That kind of happens. They do kind of come in waves. I don't know if it was a graphical limitation of the time. I was actually thinking about this recently. I'm really curious. I remember survival waves taking me so long when they got later and later and later. And I played survival semi recently, and I got to wave 20, and things took a while, and it was semi slow, but it wasn't nearly as long as I thought it was. I kind of wonder, and it would make a lot of sense, if the PC port, if getting to wave 30 ends up just being faster because the game is able to like produce more minions. Is the minion spawn rate able to be faster on PC, and does that affect things? I feel like that's a huge balancing issue, so I kind of almost think it's not the case, but it's, I don't know, it just really got me thinking. And I know there's a bunch of Dungeon Defenders experts and 360 and PC port players who watch my videos, so maybe you guys have some insight. Got a godly drop. I haven't seen too many upgrade drops on this map so far, so kind of cool to see. I have way too much stuff, honestly, in my item box at the moment. Once I finally do get to 60, I'm gonna have to clean up so much, and it's kind of gonna be a pain. But there's the ogre spawn. Grab the mana and take care of it. I bet he's in the center. You know he is. The red angry ogre. How much H? 367, 370,000. No way. HP. Holy, that is insane. I'm trashing him though. My DPS is astounding. That HP stat was insane. Wow, I haven't seen that. That was the highest HP mob I think I've seen, aside from the bosses and such, but that was nuts to see. There we go. There is the wave complete. Wave 6 out of 6, the final wave. Magus quarters on insane difficulty completed. I'm really looking forward to completing the game again on insane difficulty. Now, it should be a lot faster and a little more rapid fire from this point on in the future. This episode was a little elongated, just due to me wanting to discuss things, and last episode being so long, I do want to give people time to catch up within the series. Not everybody has time to watch episodes every other day, but then if you kind of release them every 3 days, it's not really fast enough. Some people are waiting too long for content, and it becomes the whole thing. You want to release things at the right pace. You don't want to release them too fast, too slow. You guys get the drill. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching today. Hopefully it was enjoyable. Short episode, I know. Hopefully it was still fun, and don't worry, keep an eye out for more Dungeon Defenders content. I have been uploading every single other day. I'm looking forward to keeping that schedule, and we shall see for how long I can. Like the video if you did enjoy it. It helps out tremendously. Dislike if not. That's always encouraged. I do want your genuine feedback, and subscribe to the channel for more Dungeon Defenders content and just other retro video game content in general. Peace. Have a great day. Bye.